Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Monday, the 12th day of June 2023. And we're here at Scottsburg, Indiana for our Board of Public Works and Safety. We're calling our board to order now at 9:01. And we begin by our roll call by our clerk treasurer, Jan Hardy.
Karen Gracious. Here. Tom Lewis.
Here.
Larry.
Here. So, thank you very much. The next thing we have on our agenda is the approval of the minutes. So if you've had a chance to look at the minutes of May the 22nd, 2023, and you see no additions or typos, we will take a motion to pass it.
Motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Motion from Tom Lewis, is there a second?
I'll second.
Ken Richards seconds, questions, comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous, thank you for that. The next thing we have on our agenda today is new business. The new business begins with Mr. Edrington, John Edrington, at 90 South 2nd Street. Yes, please. Yes, please. Join us.
Do I need to get the camera focus or just talk out loud? Do I need to get the camera or talk?
Yeah, just why don't you come over and have a seat next to Jan.
So we submitted some plans for 90 South, and they're similar to what we're planning on doing for adding a ADA ramp to the front of the building. The ramp, the catch is that it extends 9 feet out past the building, so it'll go onto the sidewalk slightly. If you have been there, there's a park bench in front of it. It shouldn't go past where the park bench is. It shouldn't approach on the walkway any way, shape, or form. Karen, it'll go towards your building. The reason for putting it where we're putting it is if we put it on the other side, there wouldn't be ADA accessibility of the sidewalk on that corner because of how far it would stick out. And then interior to the building, there are stairs up the other 2 entrances. We do have a letter of intent from the historic board to approve this. There's some legalities of why we're doing this a letter of intent versus a full approval of a permit. So what we're asking is the ability to add the ADA ramp to the building.
And this is in the front of the building.
That is correct.
It has 790 South 2nd.
That is the partial number. The partial is tied to, I guess there used to be a house back there.
I was gonna ask you about the address because ours is First Street.
Yeah, but it's all one partial. For some reason in the GIS system, it's tied to 90 South 1st, or South 2nd.
So this
It's
is
actually 93 South 1st, but it's all one partial from front to back.
So this has nothing to do with South 2nd. This is South 1st Street. So this is at the, is this at the pizza place?
That is correct. It's a Chicago City Pizza.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, I don't know how that happened throughout history, but at some point in time, the McLeans made that all one partial, and the partial ID got tied to that back address where the home was. I don't know if that was a residence at some point in time. It's just,
There was, yeah.
it's just the weirdness with GIS.
So is the park bench you mentioned, is it fixed or is it a movable bench?
It's bolted down.
It's bolted down.
That's
Will it
correct.
come out to that, you say?
Yeah, we'll have to remove that park bench.
They'll have to remove.
That's correct.
Who owns the park bench?
I would assume the city.
The city. Yeah. So basically,
And then if that's an issue, we can always move that park bench to the other side of the building and
So
set
how
it back
much
to it.
space would be past your new ramp to the street?
Between the ramp and the street. I verified that you'd have at least 36 inches between the 2-hour parking signs and where the ramp would be. The 36 inches is your requirement for wheelchair accessibility.
is this a permanent or is this a?
This will be a permanent concrete with iron railings solution. I don't want to do anything that will only last 5 or 6 years. I'm doing something that will last our lifetimes and more.
So is that, I assume meets code and everything? It's
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
engineer's approved it, so.
Yeah, it's based on designs from Renaissance. That happens to be a right-hand ramp. Ours will be a left-hand ramp, but it's a similar design. They'll just go with CAD and just mirror everything
So
over.
who gives a permit for building permit for that? Or
So I'll give the permit for this once everything's approved, but since it's in the historic district, first he has to get approval from them, which he did. And then second, he has to get approval from you guys because it infringes on the public right of way, the sidewalk. So that's why he's coming to you.
So are you satisfied with the spacing and everything and the distance to the street from the ramp and all that?
We haven't reviewed it yet, but because Yeah,
by
because,
the ramp, I understand.
yeah, no, that's kind of why they're with you. He needed to get approval to infringe on that sidewalk before he comes to me. That's for you guys to say, and then our building inspector will just approve whether or not the ramp itself is safe.
So it's our responsibility to approve the clearance of the sidewalk?
No, just for it to be on the sidewalk essentially, or removed from the sidewalk since it's a public right of way.
And then Tom, my argument is that it's no worse than the ditch that's already there for accessibility.
I'll have to take a picture of this, see if I can blow it up, see if I can see the dimensions.
So roughly, if you look at this section here, this is 5 feet, and then this is like 3.5.
Why is the one wider than the other?
The ADA requirement for the pad at the top, it has to be 5 foot by 5 feet. So there's no point in having the ramp go 3 feet and then 3 back, because then you wouldn't have the portion where you leave it wouldn't be accessible.
I see.
If there was a way to make it smaller, we'd be glad to do it.
So you're basically taking up 8.5 feet of the sidewalk?
More than that.
I think it's gonna be about 9. No. Don't say on the sidewalk. It's 9 feet from the front of the building. The McLean building sits back from the sidewalk about 2 feet, 3 feet. I don't know what the exact dimension is. When I went out there with a tape measure, it was no more than what the park bench was that's sitting there.
So basically, you're gonna have, this is the north, I'm assuming, up here, and south is here.
Actually, so
This is east.
this is flipped. So this would be what I call the Chimneys building, which is Karen's buildings. And then this would be going towards like the jail. So you'd be coming in from the jail.
Okay, then I have it reversed, so in other words, this is the south side then, this is the south
Yeah,
side.
he's saying this plan is not backwards.
I got you, okay. So basically, you're coming in from the jail, going up to, then over, and then back up again.
That's correct.
I still don't quite understand if this is allowed for getting the handicap, why does this have to be wide?
See where you exit into it? If this was only 3 feet, this would protrude into this section here. So if we scoot everything this way, 2 feet, you wouldn't be able to get in because that entrance would only be a foot
Well,
wide.
unless you put the start back here past this.
And it has to grade at that point in time. There's 20
levels.
grade. You can only have it, it's 1 inch per foot.
Right.
So I've got about 21 inches, 22 inches there.
Right.
They'll have to come down. So the total length of the ramp has to be 22
I
feet.
understand that, but if you push this back, you'd have to push this back.
Well, this is another loading pad that has to be another, I think it's 3 feet wide by 5 feet. You have to have room for a wheelchair to turn around completely here and a wheelchair to turn around completely here because of the switchback. We have minimized it as much as we possibly can.
You don't have a whole lot of space there.
No.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern is it's.
It'd be great if the door was on one side of the building or the other, because then we can have one solid long ramp in or out.
So if this is the south side, are you past the edge of the building?
No, so if we look at it, this will be all the way up to Karen's building, an inch or two off of it.
Basically, it's going like this, so basically, your ramp is going to begin with the edge, with the south edge of the McLean Medical Center?
No, the ramp will start right in front of the door. It'll be someplace right in here. So right in front of the door, you go into the ramp. It will go all the way up to Karen's building. You'll turn, and then you'll come back to the door. The only reason why I'm apprehensive about trying to shrink anything is we have to do a final grade on everything. It's 21 to 22 inches, and we have enough in this plan built up for 22 feet of ramp. But if the grade ends up being 23, it really kind of changes things.
I would like to see it. I'd like to see exactly what we're talking about,
So how much room do you have on the other side of the building, the side, not the front?
The problem is on the interior of the building, there are steps. So I can't meet ADA requirements on any of the other doors except for that
I
front door.
understand that, I'm just saying, how far
There's only 36, there's probably 36 to 48
No,
inches.
You're not paying. From your door, okay, this is your door, and the corner of your building is this way from your door.
Mhm. Oh, I see what you're saying.
And this is
How
Karen's.
far from here to there, to the corner of your building?
So we figured out that this would be 5 by 5, this will be 11, and this will be, I believe, 3. So if we add those together and you do center runs, that's,
So
16
is
and-
this
16 and a
the
half
corner of
feet.
your building then?
that would be the corner of the building, correct?
Well, here's what I'm asking for. What's the width over here to this side?
That's a small sidewalk, I would say it's between 3 and 4 feet.
Okay. There's no way to get anything on that side.
The bigger issue on that side going away from Karen's is that you have planters right here and light poles, and you cannot get the 36 inches for ADA access on that corner. Like I said, if the bench is the big issue, we're moving the bench, we can move the bench to the other side of the building and still have it in place over there and scoot it back further to make sure that you have the clearance.
So this is the south side of that building, and that's, the door's in the middle, so you still have a fair amount of room before you get down to Karen's building.
Well, again, we're flipping, they provided me with one that was a right-hand ramp versus a left-hand ramp.
I see, so you are flipping.
Yes, I am flipping it. And my opinion is we're not going any further into the right of way than the bench is for walking or egress or anything else. And if we move the bench over, the city's still whole. You saw the bench, you saw the egress that you had before. There should be no issue in my opinion.
Maybe we could all meet him over there one day and see.
Sure.
Is that okay?
So I still don't know why we are the first one to approve something.
You're not the first, it's already went to the historic board, you're rolling this as the right of way, so his infringement upon the right of way, board of works would have the authority to grant him the access to it. My recommendation, anything that you do may be contingent upon it also being approved by historic and, by the building commissioner.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to see a plan that's drawn correctly, which direction it is, so it shows the sidewalk, the bench, all the other things you talked about, and this actually going the right direction, so that we have a better idea of what we're approving. This is a generic ramp, and I know yours is gonna be just like it, flipped, but it doesn't show the corner, actual dimensions to the corner of the building, to the street, where the bench is, and where the planters or whatever else you got there. I'd like to see that for
Maybe we all can get together and go over there.
understand that, but I still would like to see it on a plan.
And if we had something that was drawn out that had what the actual infringement is, that we could record, like the right of way
Right.
infringement agreement.
Right.
Because if you were to go to sell it, it's gonna be an encroachment if there's not some type of recorded agreement. I mean, that would be the other thing that would be extremely helpful to actually know the measurement.
Right, that's what I'm looking for, something that, then you've got a document, that this is what we're doing, this is what it's causing, and we're yes, no, or whatever we decide at that point.
I mean, from a technical point of view, it doesn't stick out any further. Did you see the bushes, how large the bushes were prior to us owning it?
I've been
You see,
there, but I didn't.
it's no larger than the bushes were that were sticking there. They were going all the way into that bench whenever it sit on them before we cut them out. I mean, the encroachment, if you call it encroachment, was there for 20 years probably with those bushes.
I understand, that's neither here nor there, it's what we need to approve, so. I mean, I'm happy to go out and look at it also, but I think we need a real plan. Because we can't approve that plan, because it's not even accurate, it's going the wrong direction. We need a.
Well, I don't think you would approve the plan. I think you would approve that I could go 3 feet, 4 feet onto the sidewalk in that area.
I still would like to see saying I'm against it, I'm just saying I want some more detail to be able to prove.
Can we get a time that we can all three meet and then meet with you?
What time is available for you guys?
So we can say, let us get through this
Anytime.
meeting, we'll get a time, and then we'll give you a call, is that okay?
You good?
Sounds good, thank you, John.
Thank you.
The next thing on our agenda this evening is, or this morning, is declare an excess and authorize the sale of excess items. You've been given a list of different things that are over at the Mid-American Science Park that is there. We have been on paygov.com, no, not paygov, govdeals.com, and people have been bidding on all kinds of things. This is another list of that, of excess equipment that the city has. So we would ask your permission to go forward and sell. So by that, we would need a motion to declare these at excess and go forward and sell. What's your motion?
See that?
Yeah, so it's out on email. You wanna make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Karen Grishas makes a motion. Tom will seconds. Tim, you wrote, what's a pallet of lights? And you've got 12, so it's one pallet of lights. Do you know what that is?
The stuff that's out there right now is city equipment that's just being stored at Mass.
Okay. Okay.
So this will all go back in, when this sale's going to the general fund.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's one section that's city stuff, and then you'll see pictures, and that's Chase's stuff for wastewater.
So Chase is adding to this, so this isn't just, so this is not on these.
No,
So what-
there's a list that's city equipment, and then there's a list that's Chase's
Oh.
equipment of wastewater.
And Mr. Harden, tell us what this is.
Well, we have a shed and the old screen equipment we took out.
I see the shed, so what shed is that, pray tell?
That's where the old chlorine contact tank was,
To the where?
where the old chlorine where it goes in,
Yeah.
on diamonds.
Yeah.
It's no longer being used, and we don't have need for it. I've asked other departments, nobody else needs it, so.
Nobody can use that?
I don't know,
Wow. So what, so the screening equipment as well? Do you have anyone interested in that, sir?
you know,
Okay. What is the robot item up here in the very top? What is that? Shouldn't say robot, but it looks like
that's a control panel for
a
the
control panel for the screen. Yeah. No bidders on that so far?
not that I'm aware of.
Okay, all right. Okay, are there any other questions?
No.
Okay, so Karen made the motion, Tom seconded. No other question, comments, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, again, it's okay. Sounds good. Well, we hope to get it sold for us. And, our next thing is, the Curlink,
Curlink.
and brought to you by the one and only Miss Emily Gunn.
So I'm not sure if you all are familiar, we currently use Centerstone as our EAP, which is our Employee Assistance Program, and they are no longer providing that service. So we got recommended this new provider by them. It is called Curlink. We are going to use them as our new provider they mainly focus on mental health services, so this is something we can offer our employees for no cost to them, at least for the first 6 sessions. So it'll basically mirror the Centerstone services that we provide to them now. It is a little bit more costly than the Centerstone package that we have right now, but it offers a lot more. They have like text services, they have live chats that you can do in person, therapy services, you can do video counseling. It's 24/7, 365. I have a meeting with them tomorrow, and I watched a whole hour-long webinar on all the different services they offer. So I think it is a good move for us. But there's just a contract in here, and it's already signed by their CEO. So we are just asking that you sign or give the mayor approval to sign this, so we can move forward with them.
First, let's discuss what the present cost was for what we had. What was that present cost?
I don't know,
$198 a month.
$198 a month. So
Per employee.
no,
Oh, no, just flat fee.
so
Yeah, it was for flat fee.
so $2,376 a year, and now it'll be $3,104 a year.
That's-
Not much difference.
Okay. And there were multiple things I did look at. It's got a financial consultation, legal consultation,
Yes.
child care resource, elder care resource, convenience resource. There's training.
How often is this used, you know?
I know of quite a few employees that have used it just within the past month.
So is it something they do like routinely, monthly, or do they just
You
once
get-
in a while? or-
You get 6 free sessions per occurrence, so whatever you can consider like an occurrence within your life where you would need assistance, you get 6 free sessions. And then even after that, your insurance could cover more sessions on top of that.
So am I eligible for this?
Yeah, we're all gonna need it.
Well, it does have a stress thing in here. So,
I'll let you know at the next meeting, Tom, how it works.
Okay.
the difference that needs to be noted here, this is not something that our folks actually went to a place. This is all gonna be video,
They can
Zoom.
provide you with someone in person, like they can connect you with someone local, but a lot of their therapies are text, video call, or like live chat. They have all different things that you could,
Okay.
all different.
All that
avenues.
changed after COVID.
Yeah,
You used to go in person.
now you can get it all done
Better-
online.
Medical's the same way. You get online.
You're out of shape, man. Can't go in person. I'll make a motion, we approve the mayor's authority, give the mayor authority to sign this contract.
Tom Lewis makes a motion to go forward with, where are they based out of as well? And let me ask you this, where are they based out of?
I'm not sure.
Is it Tokyo?
No, they're,
I mean, I don't mean to be remiss here, but I would like to know, make sure it's somewhere here in America.
it's in America. They're on Central Time.
They're on Central Time,
Yeah.
I was thinking they were out of Chicago, but I'm not positive.
Chicago, okay. So Tom's made the motion, Karen
I'll
seconded.
second.
Okay. Any other questions? Going once, going twice. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll give them a try this year, see what they do.
Is that for just a year,
No, it's
Yeah.
for 3.
3 years?
I thought I saw one.
It's for 3 years, and then it automatically renews to 1.
Oh, it does. It is from,
Fix the price for
did
3
you see
years.
this, Council?
I did. Make comments,
Huh?
send it back, make comments and send it back, and we're good to go.
And all the comments that was made has been corrected?
Yes,
Yes.
there was nothing that needed corrected, but yes,
Just statements as far as terms and dates.
it's Chicago.
And you're okay with this?
I am.
Okay, all right. All in favor, say aye. I guess we just said aye. Okay, pass. Thank you very much. Okay, the next thing we have is our sidewalk quote and seal coating. Jill Baker?
We sent out requests for quotes to clean and remove sod off of sidewalks for the whole city, for the sidewalks. We only received 2 quotes back for the sidewalks. One was from Pristine Exterior Cleaning. The other was from A&S Pressure Washing and Soft Washing. They both came in at the exact same price. It's 20 cents per square foot. We have used A&S pressure washing and soft washing here at City Hall. Jan, correct me if I'm wrong, that's Andy Brown. I believe they pressure
Yes,
washed
yes.
City Hall
They
for
did a
us
good job.
and did a very good job for a good price,
Right.
I believe we thought. So, I've talked to the mayor about this, we've read over it. I'm requesting that the board approve, since they were the same price, that we go with the A&S pressure washing since we've used them before, for the sidewalk cleaning.
So do we know how many square feet we're talking about?
We do not yet,
Okay.
and we've discussed that with them. We've asked them to even mark areas that need to be replaced. Redevelopment has actually hired, I guess it's an engineering firm, Josh, correct me,
It is.
to also go around and do a sidewalk plan for the
Right.
city.
Right.
So it's a whole big process right now, but there are areas that we could save right now if we would just clean them and remove the sod and the overgrowth on them.
So when we approve this and they start to work, we're gonna have somebody kind of coordinating with them?
Yes, the street department will help
To only do
out, I'll
such and
help
such.
out, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they'll, yes.
Like, we're looking right off, basically on Highland, because we replaced Highland from US 31, US 56, all the way down to Vest. So that's been replaced there on that south side. Well, now we're looking to take that sidewalk that's currently there, that is in decent shape, and cleaning it, power washing it, making it bright and shiny again. But as we go down the lake, we are seeing sections that is crumpled. So we will identify those sections once we get enough sections that we have an entire semi-truck full of cement, not a semi-truck, but a cement truck full. We'll go back and replace maybe 20 of those at
Yeah.
one time. But we will mark those. And so,
So that would be the street department, the street coordinating
Right.
with them.
exactly. So, you want to look at this one first and
Yeah,
then the seal coating
please.
secondly? Okay,
Please.
so do we have a motion to go forward
Also,
with Andy Brown's quote and at 20 cents a square foot? So 20 cents a square foot, if ours are 4 feet, that's going to be 80 cents a foot.
I'll make a motion to go along with that.
I'll
Okay.
second the motion.
So motion by Karen Richards, second by Tom. Any questions about this? Here, no. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now next on seal coating.
The next one on steel coating, these are not in your packet because I didn't get them till Friday evening. We sent out requesting quotes for seal coating. And we had 4 that came in. We requested quotes for the back lot here. And we requested quotes to seal coat Mass Park. And you'll see there that it says Mass, and it says Mass North Entrance, which is this little road right here. That's the north separate entrance into Mass. It's the first little road that goes in. That's a separate quote on there. And then the Beechwood Park that you see was just there's a marking down there that Jerry needs for handicap and no parking. So that's a striping quote that's on here. So we had All Star Paving, B&B, Nelson, and Profalt. And Nelson came in the lowest. It's $4,400 for the back lot. $21,215 for Mass, $2,170 for the Mass North entrance, and no charge for the Beechwood Park marking. So I'm requesting that the board approve Nelson
And let me
for the seal coating.
clear as well. That does include striping back as well. So all of the seal coating, that includes striping. Let me just make sure that I'm clear. So basically, when the 2009 construction of the Mid-America Science Park, when the city took this over, and we built that parking lot, we did not have the north side on there. So when we were in council, there was no indebtedness on our TIF. And we borrowed $6 million. And part of that $6 million, I think, went to put in that north road, as it were. So you can come in there now on the original side, but you'll notice there's a parking on the other side of that and a road going back to there. If that makes any sense to you. You know what I'm talking about now? Okay. Tom, you don't know.
Yeah, notice that.
Yeah, there was so some of that money was used to put that in, and as well as enlarge the other part.
So again, keep in mind, the only thing that will not be done, that was not in this quote, is the south entrance. So the south entrance, which
Well, that's not being done.
that's not the south entrance that appears like you're going into the factory,
Yeah.
that is not on this quote.
Okay.
Was that not requested?
That was not requested. At this point, I was afraid what I was gonna get back to begin with, so.
Yeah.
And I have requested, because we have the Mayberry coming in, I've requested this be done by the 21st of June.
That's a week from tomorrow. That's a week from Wednesday. Okay. That's a week from Wednesday.
Busy.
Yeah.
So like, they're waiting for a call as soon as this meeting's over.
So. Right.
Weather permitting, I mean, I'm not gonna ask for a miracle,
Are
but.
you happy with Nelson? Do you know that?
You know what, I'm very happy, and I will tell you that, I actually was in here Saturday, typing this up, and one of the companies, that bid called, City Hall when I had sent out the email to tell them the quotes, and I respected it very much, and he said, I just wanted to let you know that that's a very good company. They gave you very good prices. I thought that was very respectable of another company. Usually companies don't do that, and he said they do very good work. So I thought that was pretty big for another company
They did our police station.
to call and say that.
No?
My cousin. I mean, seriously, I thought that was pretty big for somebody to call and say that.
He did the same thing at our church. Nelson got our church, and he's recommended them because they would come in lower. They're just bigger,
Yeah.
and they can, you
Yeah.
know.
I'll make the motion we approve Nelson.
Melissa makes a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Karen Gracious seconds that. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much, Joe. Next thing we have is our Lovers Lane condemnation authorization brought to you by the one and only Josh Gibbons.
So we have an area along Lover's Lane and to the north there, we have some flooding concerns, and we need to do some drainage work. So we've had a survey performed, and now we have appraisals of a sliver of 2 parcels that we need to acquire so we can do our work for the drainage. So I am asking for the authority to go ahead and send out the statutory condemnation letter. Here's your appraised value, we're offering to pay this amount, give us a deed to the property. So that is what I'm asking for today.
So it affects 2 different people.
That's 2 different parcels.
Landowners.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a large portion of their property, so just a small?
Varies, it's 15 feet. I don't know.
15 feet?
Oh, there's 10, but I mean,
Yeah, it's minimal.
Many.
It's across it'd be on the east side of the line too.
yeah, where it butts the current creek now.
Okay.
So,
All right, so do I make a motion to approve?
Tom Lewis makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Karen Gracious seconds that. Any questions you have for Josh or anything about this project? So this should cure Larry Lane Lake and flooding in the front part of Lovers Lane Homes. So thank you very much. So, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you very much. Does this start next week too, Jim? I'm just kidding. So, but we do need to get that.
I'm not over everything, Mayor.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's only Monday at
Oh, yeah.
9:37.
The next thing we have is our Parks Department new hire.
That's me.
That's Miss Emily.
Just asking for approval of a new hire for the Parks Department. This is just a seasonal position, just for the summer. The official title is Parks Caretaker Part-Time. The pay is $11.60 an hour, and the new hire is Katie Clancy. It's Kady, for everyone writing. So just asking for approval for that
Is this a
one.
female? Katie?
Katie,
Yes.
yes.
Should be
Nancy
mowing
had
grass.
an E in it, no.
Will she be mowing grass or what she do?
Yep.
Yeah, mowing grass.
Yep, flowers. She's helping Warren with flowers, mowing, all the things.
No.
Yep.
This will be Lauren's last season, so he was wanting to get trained, someone that can return.
I make a motion that you hire her.
I'll second.
Karen Richards makes a motion, Tom seconds. Any questions, comments? I have none either. All in favor, say aye.
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 Pass. Thank you very much. Nice young lady. And, next we have claim approvals by our clerk treasurer Jan Hardy.
I would just be open for a motion to approve the claims as presented.
I will make a motion to approve the claims as presented.
I'll second that motion.
We're ready to vote, but my question is on this. Mr. Hardy, do you want to address this at all?
Who will
This
address
is
this? Just half of them.
They were,
They've already taken it out?
yeah, we're gonna address that and
So basically, those have already been removed. Okay, so then I guess we don't have anything to discuss.
I don't know what you're talking about, I'm sorry.
So they've not been taken out?
they have been taken
They've
out.
been taken out.
Carmen's gonna contact them and
Okay. There are people that have never had a pool rented, so apparently you need to get a pool permit. It's just it's not an annual permit, it's a permit that you put your pool in. So-
Just like any other construction permit.
Right. So basically, once they get that, then we'll bring that, where they fill the pool up. So,
All of those filling pools up.
not all,
some of the leak adjustments and
but
But it's fine.
this time of year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say a large portion. And, so, okay, we had a motion by
Karen?
Karen,
Yes.
second by Tom. Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Unanimous there, so. Okay, what other
That's
now?
for these.
Huh?
That's for these.
Yeah, but this was over there in that same bunch, so I'm assuming,
We don't approve.
no, it's not a claim, it's just an adjustment, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
That's all right. We're just clarifying.
Yeah, thank you. What else do we have on announcements?
Mayor, I'd like to ask the board's approval to switch Steve Harold's phone stipend to $100 because he's going to be taking over what I'm doing. And I would also like to request to do that for Brian Hall because he's basically taken over the scheduling department, and that thing is its own little beast, and gets a lot of calls, especially on weekends when he's not working and stuff like that. So I'd like to ask to move Brian Hall and Steve Harold's stipend to 100.
So let's just make sure everybody's clear. So Chief Zellers will be leaving retiring on July the 2nd?
Third, I believe, is his last day, and the 30th is his last working day.
Yeah, so, and we're going to have a little get together this Friday
Yep.
with Chief, so you're all invited, please come. There may be a chicken leg even around there or something, who knows? So with that said, Assistant Chief Harden will now become the chief. And, so that's what's going on. So that's the reason
So what
that's
happens to these others? Does he turn his phone back in, or how does that work?
Yeah, he'll
It's
no
not-
longer get a stipend.
Yeah.
He won't get one
He'll
for
keep his
July.
phone, and he just won't get a stipend.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's his personal
It's his
phone.
phone.
Yes.
I just didn't know how it
Yeah.
worked. Okay. Fine.
So we wanted then, with Chief Zeller's phone going off, then we're asking them to increase the stipend, on Chief Harden's from 50 to 100.
Steve Harold.
No, he's already got
Steve
it.
Harold, sorry about that.
We had two getting 100.
And then
Before.
Brian Hall as well.
Okay. So then we will have 3 once Zeller's gone. There'll be 4 until he retires, and then 3.
Yeah, but he won't get one for July, and this
Yeah.
won't start till July.
Right. So,
Got it.
so we have a motion to go forward with that.
I'll make that motion.
Tom Wilson makes a motion, 2 stipends, Karen Bush seconds. Any questions about this? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. So, other announcements, Chief?
Have nothing.
How's the new electric patrol cars coming, sir? Chief and I have been talking about that. So, does anybody else, Melina? Anything?
The people from NISC will be here the end of this month. We're gonna do a full week of dual, processing, so we'll be actually going live in the NISC software as well as double entry. So we'll be in NISC and in, Keystone, and trying to balance, both to make sure that we're ready, for August 1st.
Now, August 1st is when we go with the new software. This is a new software probably, Jim, would you say, since we've been here? You and I came in at the same time. I was out for 4 years, but, so this is new, so that's almost 20 years. So,
When it comes into effect in August, it's
16 years.
What do the customer, they get like a letters, and you go online and do this, or how?
The whole month of July, there'll be a lot of advertising, marketing, and letting people know, how they'll get into Smart Hub and how, the other options that'll be available to them. So, you'll start to see that. They recommend that you hold off until you get closer because a lot of questions come up, and we're busy trying to do dual things right now. So that's why we're testing the software the end of June and then tweaking it through July before we go live, and getting people ready to,
But
also.
once you go live, everybody's on it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
so, and again, this is, anytime you start something new, you're gonna have a few hiccups, you're gonna have a few bumps in the road, so, folks, just please bear with us, and, but, part of this is that, so renters will be prepaying their electric, so we won't be collecting deposits anymore on electric, things of this nature, so, it's got a lot of great benefits to it, tremendous amount. So we're bringing everything up to 2023 and beyond. So, Emily, Jill, do you have anything? Okay. We have a motion to adjourn.
Karen, make that motion.
I'll make a motion.
Adjourn. Karen, thank you very
I'll
much.
make